Hey folks, Fernando doing another video for the More Survivalists, and yes, it's basically the end of the world. It's Omicron. This is directly from the planet of the Transformers. This is coming to get us all. It is pretty much the end of civilization as we know it because of Omicron or Omicron. Okay, so apparently Delta was not a scary, freaky enough of a name, and people said, okay, whatever, and they just went on with their lives. So there's a new scare right now. It's called Omicron. It's apparently even less lethal than the one we had before. I mean, scientists are still discussing this. People that know better than you and should have a right to decide on your life and how you live it, right? These folks are still debating if it's a little bit less lethal or a little bit less or more contagious or whatever the situation is with this. They just still don't know yet. What they do know is that you need another booster, because that is definitely something that our friends on Pfizer and Moderna have certainly agreed on. You need another. Moderna CEO says current COVID-19 vaccines likely won't work as well against Omicron. So you need to get another one of the updated boosters. And then it's going to be Omicron 2, Omicron 3, Omicron, the Revenge Reloaded, and Mark Wahlberg will be doing all of these like the Transformers, one worse than the other, up to a point where you say, come on, man, I know they're paying you well, but this is enough. There has to be a limit. No. There's no limit for this. For our friends at Pfizer, Moderna, and the other friendly pharmaceuticals, it's never going to be enough. They're never going to stop. There's always new mutations, so you constantly need to get updated. This is like your Windows. I mean, you have your Windows 7 yet? Of course not. You're using 10? You don't have 11 yet? You should get it, because if not, you're a damn hater, loser, and denial of science if you don't fall in line with that bullshit narrative. Guys, this has really nothing to do with health, medicine, or even science. This is a basic fact about freedom and liberty. Are you a free individual human being? Do you enjoy certain basic rights, such as decide what you do with your own body? No? Well, it used to be that you did. You did have that right, but apparently right now, the one that has that right is our unelected Moderna CEO and Pfizer CEOs. These are the guys that are going to be deciding what is going into your body and at what time. And if you don't obey, you're not going to be allowed to live anymore. This is already happening in Germany, where apparently they didn't understand that sort of thing was not nice. It's not appreciated to force people to do things. Force them on trains, execute them, and basically do whatever you want with them. That is kind of not cool, but apparently they didn't get the memo and they're still at it again. So yes, Germany is going for this mandatory deal, and people are falling in line. Germans are lining up because of Omicron. No, it's not because of Omicron. It's because they're literally being told, if you don't get it, you're not allowed to go out, live anymore. You're not allowed to go on holidays, restaurants. You're not allowed to basically do anything. Yes, you're basically forced to do this. Not basically. This is literally the thing they're doing. Austria as well. Austria seems to be resisting a little bit more in terms of the population being extremely pissed with this. Germans seem to like the idea of authoritarian regimes. And yeah, sure. What star do I have to wear if I didn't obey yet, sir? That's the kind of thing they apparently like over there. Very sad that they didn't learn the lesson yet. And man, this is the way in which we should react. This is the way in which we should behave. I'm the same guy that I did videos about using that mask that you see over there. I wore that, for quite a bit of a time. And I think that at the time it was the right thing to do. Still today, if I have to go to a indoor place full of people that, may be sick or what, yeah, why not? It makes perfect sense for me. Doesn't bother me at all. But it is my choice. If I don't want to wear something, I should have the right to say, you know what? It is my choice. What is it? The percentage of what? 1%, 0.5? I'm a healthy adult. I don't have any pre-existing conditions or anything that makes anything worse for me. Perfectly healthy. Okay, fine. I make my own decisions. I'm not a poor, mentally ill person that cannot decide for himself. Thankfully, that's not my case. I guess that for someone that is, they should have others make those decisions for them. But for people that have that choice, and you make your own decisions. You don't have any pre-existing conditions that would make you sure, people have gotten sick, died. Of course, no one is denying any of that. Again, this is not about science. This is not about health or about medicine. it is about freedom. Do I have the freedom to live like a free human being or not? Because apparently that's something that we're not allowed to do anymore. We're supposed to just obey because the guy, the CEO at Moderna and Pfizer and their investors think they should get more money. Isn't that rich? This is like me saying, I think you should give me more money because that's going to be better for you. Give me all your money, all of it. You have to do that. No, don't even think about it. No, there's no point in that. You just have to obey because that's the science. Really? Have we gotten to that point? I was just watching this. This is from Germany. It is insane. This is from Spain. The sixth wave. Six waves. What are you even talking about? Sixth wave. The numbers have tripled in 60 of the largest cities in 2 weeks. Man, so there's a huge wave of disease and death in Spain. Let's actually go and check with our supreme leaders over at the World Health Organization, who's going to be giving us our facts straight out from, check it yourself, World Health Organization. Spain, you can actually check on each country. Okay, let's check in Spain how bad it is. So I have 1, 2, you could say 3 waves. That's kind of, talking seriously for a second here, guys. Historically, if there's a pandemic, it's going to be about lasting year and a half to 2 years, and it's going to be 3 or 4 waves. That's basically the way it behaves for all of our known history, entire humanity. We've gone through those phases. Whenever there's like a pandemic of some sort, something that's affecting people in large numbers like this, it's gonna be year and a half to 2 years, 3 or 4 waves. Sometimes the worst one is the second, third one. It's usually something along those lines. 6 waves is not a thing. There's really no accounts, any kind of information that you can look up says that there's going to be 6 different waves. And when you look at this, you could make the point of, well, kind of 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, I guess that would be now. We're supposed to be seeing this horrible thing with cases tripling. So we have confirmed cases and we have deaths. So this has to be awful. Well, that doesn't look all that impressive. Let me know what you think in the comments. I don't think this is all that impressive. I'm really not all that scared over this. Should I be panicking? Should I be losing my mind and giving up my freedom because there's... is this really even a wave or just a little ripple in a pond somewhere in Finland? Or what is this? Is this really something that you should be scared over? October, November... This is daily, every single day, recorded by the World Health Organization. YouTube, you guys that love always quoting the WHO, here it is. Okay, you YouTube monitors, and this is it. This is from their own website. So if I'm watching their own website and I'm seeing this, what is this what should be scaring me? The confirmed cases that has a little bit of, that's going to be... You know what? I don't care. I don't have to live in fear because of this. Okay? Now, I don't even have to live in fear if I'm in the middle of it. And I didn't do it. Just take the precautions. You use your common sense. And especially for someone that has been specializing in survival and preparedness for 20 years, this is kind of the thing you sort of analyze and take into account and take the necessary precautions. Losing your minds over this, and just because they label a new mutation with a new funny name, I don't see it. Let me know if you think different, if you think this makes any sense at all. I only see this. I honestly only see the financial benefit that these folks, the CEO of Pfizer, $120 million bonus for last year's, work. Work in their way of unelected officials on a privately held company deciding how the world should be living. Folks, that's going to be all for now. See you on the next day, on the next video. Take care.